Well, hi, darlings. Let's get ready together, shall we? So today we're going to use the NYX Frosted Flamingo palette here. So there are 7 mattes in this palette, and the rest, the other 9 are like some mix of shimmer shades. This one has a little bit of a shift to it. It's like a blue ice, like an icy blue, purpley. I don't know, it's pretty. It's actually this one there. So let me go ahead and insert a close-up of the palette and some swatches here. So swatching. This palette swatched okay. It didn't swatch amazing, but obviously the true test is gonna be on the skin. So let's get to it. So I think I'm gonna do kind of a neutral eye. So this palette is heavily neutral leaning. Actually, you know what? Okay, let's go into the shade here. None of these have names on the palettes themselves, but this is shade number, looks like shade number 10. And so there are on the back, there's a grid. Now, any of them that have this little red box here use pigments that are not approved for the eyes in the United States, which if you've been around the makeup community, you know is kind of malarkey, but for those with sensitive eyes, it's good to denote that those are there. So we're gonna go into that kind of neutrally brown color, and let's go ahead and put this in the crease here. My eyes are naturally a little bit more pigmented. Oh, that's pretty much the color of my eyes. But it is a nice warm color. I am using this BK 201. Yeah. So that is nice. I got this palette. So this is part of their Christmas launch. And there are all kinds of other fun things in it. I didn't realize there's like a fun little piñata that you can beat up that is full of little butter glosses. But that is the cutest damn idea ever, and it's very cute, but I don't love the butter glosses. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't get it, because the novelty would have had me pay for it. So honestly, this shade, gorgeous. This shade did not swatch well, like at all, okay? When I put this on, I was like, that is patchy the house. So I'm really glad to see that it's going on like in a smooth way. I do have a mirror off to the side over here, but I'm kind of blind. So if I like am squinting, that's because I can't see shit. I have my contacts in, but I'm nearsighted. Okay, I think that's pretty well. It's a little heavy on this side, so let me just add a little more to the other side, but I like this so far. Okay, now I have this really pretty red lip that I want to wear today. So I am going to kind of keep things a little bit on the neutral side instead of going into those pinks and blues this time. But I will be using this palette again, especially if everything goes well. So let's go ahead and go into, ooh, that's pretty. Let's go ahead and go into this shade here, which is a matte, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. So these kind of shades on me are really hit and miss. Sometimes they're really patchy because of the light nature of them. But I am going to take this BK 205, which is like the angled eyeshadow brush there, and tap off, because I could see that being, oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay, it's obviously light. This is not the most pigmented light shade, so I don't know how this would do on like deeper skin tones without a primer. So I'm not wearing an eye primer because I don't want to. So I'm not using an eye primer. My skin tone's medium, so I don't know how this would show up on somebody. Oop, I bumped the camera, sorry. With deeper skin, but I think that the effect overall is what I'm after. I'm not looking for anything like too crazy. We're kind of keeping it on the conventional side today, because as I do the rest of my makeup, I want, you know, a different kind of aesthetic. Okay, I think that did okay. Like I said, with a primer or over some concealer, I think that would actually be really nice for setting a cut crease. So that'd probably be good. Okay, let's grab a different brush. Let's do this Blend Bunny, because I kind of want to sheer out the next one. So I kind of wish there was just a little bit deeper of a dark brown. I kind of want to go into this shade here. Is it weird that I just want to kind of stamp on like smudge that on as an eyeliner and then just kind of move on with my day. I don't know. I kind of want a little pop of color, but maybe not. Let's just go into this. This is the BK204. I guess I'm reaching for all my BK brushes today. And we are going to pray to the eyeliner gods that this just kind of looks okay. I'm going to grab my mirror because I do need something a little further up close. Just going to stamp that on and kind of smudge it out. Oh, that's pigmented enough on the eyes though. Will it turn on? No, I didn't charge it. That doesn't look too bad though, considering I'm not wearing tape or anything. This is just kind of a smudgy brush. We're not going for like perfect accuracy or anything. But I just want a little something. I guess it would be easier if I just actually looked at the mirror. Okay, and then we'll take our finger and just go like that. Okay, there's a little bit of fallout with that shade, but it's not too bad. Honestly, I think I'm making more of a mess with my fingers than I ever was with the shade. So, all right, let me just say a solemn prayer to the eyeliner gods that we get somewhat even, because my hands are so shaky today. Oh my goodness, they are so shaky today. Okay. I've had some caffeine, but it hasn't been like exorbitant. Okay. All right. It's so hard to do this and talk at the same time. This is why I don't normally do this like on camera, but we're playing with the shadow palette today, and I kind of want to see like how they perform, you know? So I am just stamping some of that on. I'm doing no more than like the halfway mark because I don't want to hide my lid. And I'm just going to sweep that out just a little bit and then, okay. I'm just like looking straight ahead. Sorry if the hand mirror was blocking that. Just kind of looking straight ahead and okay. I don't think that's too bad, honestly. They're pretty close. Oh, I forgot my arm is covered in swatches and I almost went like this. That would have been so bad. Okay. And I am not adding any more product to the brush, but I just kind of want to smudge that out just a little bit so it's a little bit more defined. Now, should I put a little bit of a shimmer on the lid? What do you think? I'm thinking that it would be a nice way to kind of, oh yeah. Oh, that's going well. I like that. Okay. But I do think a little bit of a shimmer on the lid would just kind of add a little something. So let me use my finger and I'm going to go into, let's see, what do we want to do? I think I'm just going to go into this light, this one here, not the pink, but the light highlighter kind of color. And we're just going to put a pop of that across, or we could do the icy blue. No, okay, well, no, we'll stick with convention today. So this one right here. I think this would probably actually, judging from the swatches, it'd probably be a nice, like kind of subtle, kind of a subtle highlighter color as well. And let's just stamp that on a little bit. Like I said, it is very, very subtle. It's not anything like, it's not like indie brand shimmers. You know what I mean? Like indie brand shimmers slay in the sparkle factor. These aren't those kind of shimmers, but they are pretty in their own right. So they're not something that we should write off. I mean, they're popular for a reason, and that's because they're universally flattering, I think. So, okay. I like that. I do think we need something on the inner corner, but let's go ahead and let me go ahead and do mascara and liner on my tightline real quick, and then I will be right back, and then we'll do the rest of the face. All right, okay. Words are hard. All right, darlings, so the eyes are done, I think. What do you think? I think they're okay. I think they're pretty even, and they'll work. I'm not doing anything special for today. Oops, I gotta stop bumping this damn camera. Hold on, let me move it. Better? Better, okay. I wedged it up against my desk so that I couldn't. I don't know if you know this or not, but in front of me is my desk, and I wedged it up against there so I could stop fucking it up. Okay, so on my eyes, I put the Benefit Fan Fest mascara, and I did curl my lashes. And then on my tightline, I have the Blend Bunny Pot Gel Liner. And on my waterline, I just have the Makeup Geek RIP. It's a dark brown. So let's go ahead and do the inner corner highlight. Or do I want to wait? No, let's do the inner corner highlight. Okay, so I don't think that any of these shades are light enough, really, for the inner corner highlight. I used the lightest one on my lid, but I want something with a little more sparkle on my inner lid, like my inner corner. So I think I'm actually going to go into this Lunar Beauty. This is their advent calendar from this last year. I'm really curious if they're going to do another one. But I kind of want to go in like this shade and just put like that pop on the inner corner. I don't know what this shade is called. I don't even think it has a name, honestly. But I just feel like it needs like a little pop of brightness that that palette doesn't offer. Oh, that is very pretty. So I'm actually considering making this my panning focus palette for this next year. So for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I finished my Indie Palette Pans project. And I hit pan in all 16 shades. But because I did that, now I have to consider what palette do I want to try to focus on for this next year for the same project. I really enjoyed this project. I think I did a little much on this side, honestly. Diffuse it a little bit. So I have to decide what palette I want to use for this next year. And there's a lot of palettes in my collection that have not gotten the love that they deserve. Right now, I have 7 in front of me, including the one in my hand, that I'm kind of torn between. So I don't know. If you have a certain brand that you would like to see me do in this project, please let me know, because I'm kind of torn. So this one is a strong contender, and it's because, look at it. Like, oh, let's try not to break anything. Look how pretty it is. It goes from light to dark. There's color. I don't know. It seems like it would be a really good palette. I'm on the fence about it. Okay, so the eyes are done. Let us do face. Let us do base. Do I want to use a primer? Nay, I say. Okay. Oops. As I knock everything over on my desk. Let's see. I could use a little bit of primer on my forehead, I think. So my pores on my forehead have felt really exacerbated lately. They're no more exacerbated, like liney or pore filled, I think, than normal. It's just, I notice it more. Okay, I did just smell my fingers, and this is why. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and it smells like lemongrass and like, I don't know, it smells like lemongrass skincare, and I just don't know why, but I just love the smell. Like, I love it too much. I want body lotion that smells like this. I don't know. Okay, should we do it just there? I guess I could put some on my chin, but I don't want to do that. Okay, so I think I'm going to just go in with my recent standby, and that is the NYX Blur. This one's in light medium, and I've been using this for a while now, I think, and it's just, you know, I like it. I'm trying to apply it in different ways because I've heard very like mixed things online, but I've enjoyed using this. Today I'm going to try, I know the color looks awful, but for some reason it oxidizes down to like a good color for me, which is very interesting to say the least. But so I'm trying to try this out in different ways. I don't like applying makeup with my fingers, but I saw online that the best way to get the finish that you want out of this is actually to apply it with your fingers and then pounce it in. So that's what we're gonna try today. So I normally go in with a little bit lighter of a hand. I'm not a Meredith Duxbury, okay? Or whatever her name is that like slathers it all over her face. That's not how we live our life over here, okay? But I will say, in putting it on with my fingers, the finish on my skin is actually really nice, although the coverage is like spottier, of course. But we're gonna actually pounce it in with a beauty sponge. So I have this one by Artitude, and I know I'm gonna have to buy some more booty sponges, But you know, I'm just not at the point where I really want to buy any more sponges yet, unless I buy like the giant one. I want to try the giant one. Okay, so I don't want as much coverage on my cheeks, so that's where I'm going to actually start pouncing. Does that make sense? Because my sponge is damp, but it's still going to pick up some product. And I'm going to try pouncing in the places where I don't feel like I need as much coverage, you know? So, like, I don't need as much up here. And I'm just going to go there and start in the places that I don't need as much. So, I will say, though, this foundation does give, like, a really pretty, finish. I think the finish on that looks really good. Applied with the fingers, there's more product on my face than I would normally put too, which I don't love. I like, generally I like a lighter amount, if that makes sense. But I do want to make sure everything is even, so I am bringing it down to my neck. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. But it looks really nice though. Obviously, we're gonna need to work it into my neck. So let me just take a little smidge of that and just put that down there. But I think the overall effect has been achieved, friends. See, like the match on my neck is actually really good. And I think that's why it ends up looking so good when when it's all said and done, because the match on my neck is so good that it just kind of blends in. It's a little bit, I don't know, warm, but I think it is pretty. So we are just a neutrally kind of queen today, aren't we? But that looks very nice. Okay. Now I do have a new concealer to try. Okay, I have not tried this before. I don't know how it sets. I don't know anything about it really. And it's actually by Milk Makeup. And where did I put it? There it is. So it's by Milk Makeup. This is 9 Neutral. And this is their Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. So I got this from Skeepers. And I'm going to do a reel with it. But I've not tried it yet. So before I made the reel, I wanted to try it out on my face and kind of see how it applies. I did, however, put it on my finger and holy, full coverage, kind of a heavy hoe. So let's see how it applies. Oops, I dropped my makeup sponge. That's okay, I'll have to go get it. So we're gonna see how it applies with the brush and then we're gonna pounce it in, okay? So it's got this kind of an applicator, which I kind of like that it has a little bit of a point. You can be a little more precise with it. And the color, who did a good job? I did a good job. Good job, me. Now this says it's for all over. I don't like to wear a crazy amount of concealer. So we're gonna see how just this little bit does on it. I'm just gonna use my cat's paw. This one's by Bogashis, I think it's called. And the color's a little bit light, but I think it actually is gonna be really good. So like I said, I don't know anything about this product. I don't know what kind of finish it has. I don't know how fast it settles in. So far, does not seem like it's the slowest drying. It looks like it dried a little bit, just that little bit of time. I don't know. What do you think? But it does look like it's blending in like really nicely. So, okay, so that's how it applied with a brush. I am gonna run down the nose just for a little lightness here. I don't want to add like a bunch of extra product, you know? Okay, so let me see if I use my sponge, because I don't think it's bad the way it is. Now, it looks like it's medium to full coverage. I'd be willing to bet that this would go all the way up to full. Like if it's not already full coverage, and it almost looks like it has like an illuminating, what do you think? It's kind of like an illuminating on the finish. I'm not mad at that though. Lately I've been using a color corrector and I did a good enough job that I don't really think I need one. You know what I mean? Like I think I could wear this without a color corrector. Now it does not, let's look up and close front and center. I'd say it's like a good medium to full coverage. So that's good. Let me see if I can put just a tiny bit more on because I didn't put a lot on. And let's see how that goes. I am curious if this is going to set on its own or if I'm going to need to set it with powder. It's pretty illuminating, so I don't know, it might need powder. But let's take that same brush, if I can find the damn thing. Where'd I put it? Hold, please. Oh my gosh, I swear. Lose my head if it wasn't attached. All right, let's let that set for a second. Let's do that. It seems like it's blending out really nicely. I think you could build this up to full. I think no problem, see? Because it covered my dark circles. Obviously, the shape of my circles is there because the shape is not going to go away just because I put like cream on it, you know? But it's also not, it's not the lightest formula, but it's really not bad. It's not like weightless. I can feel it on my under eyes, but it's not heavy. Does that make sense? So I wonder, we're going to let that, we're just going to let that be because it is setting. And let's see what it does on its own. So the lip that I'm going to use today is actually one by Context Beauty, which I got in like an Ipsy. When I tell you forever ago, like I mean forever ago. So should I have hydrated my lips? Probably. Oh well. But it's this one. So this is a shade Robot Lover, and this is why I wanted to wear, it's kind of like this brown red. It looks a little more orangey red on the actual lipstick than it is on the lip. So let's just, oh, let's wipe that off. And let's just put that on. I do have a mirror right here. Here. Let's grab my cream blush. Oh my gosh, I haven't even bronzed or blushed yet. Hello. Okay, I like this color. This formula is not the easiest formula to put on. I don't know. I'm slowly working my way through my collection because I want to thin my lip collection out. Again, I want to do another brutal declutter. And I have a lot of these in-between lips that I really don't reach for much. So I want to kind of weed them down a little bit. I don't need like 10 red lips. I really don't. Like, I need like a vampy red, a blue red, an orangey red, and maybe like, you know, a comfort sheer kind of red, you know? So, all right. Without a lip liner, not bad. You do have to like, it's not the creamiest formula. It almost feels a bit waxy. Does that make sense? I know I could get more dimension with a lip liner, but honestly, I don't want to today. Really, today is just about the actual lipstick. You know, I have to get my thoughts on it because if I'm going to hang on to it, I want to really know what it is that I like about it and what I hate about it. Oh, Levi's waking up. Okay, let's see. He might go back down. He hasn't been down for very long. Okay, so this is definitely lightening. It is not really setting down on its own, so I am going to powder. Let me go ahead and just run this over just to remove any excess before I try to set it down. So let's go into my Charlotte Tilbury. Let's see if this powder can make this concealer awful. The more I use this powder, the more I realize I don't like it. Like, I don't love it the way I thought I did originally. I feel like it just kind of, I don't know. Some formulas I think it plays well with, but I don't feel like it plays well with most of my makeup. You know what I mean? Like, you put it on and it looks really pretty, but in person, like over as a day wears, I don't know. I don't think it's all that in a bag of potato chips, you know? Okay, so there's that. All right, let's bronze. We need to bronze like the gods. I have been using this Makeup Revolution one, and I've been using it on bare skin, but let's see how it looks with this foundation. Because I don't know that I've tried it with this one. So this is the cream bronzer, and this is the matte one. So let's go in, let's grab the mirror, and let's bronze to the gods, shall we? I do like the finish that this foundation has though with when you do it with your fingers, which is honestly a little unsettling because I don't want to apply it with my fingers. Okay, this looks really nice. Not bad, not bad. So let's go in. I am putting it on kind of light today because last time I really overdid it and it was a lot. It was like me getting muddy trying to blend all of it out because I just went too far. Because, you know, that's what I do. Sometimes I go too far. We will cut those cheeks. And I like to season my chicken cutlet. That's what I call it, seasoning my chicken cutlet. And I do like to go down my neck, these two ridges right here, because I'm chunky and it creates the illusion that I'm not quite as chin-fit. All right, love, so because I ran out of memory, we have switched over to cinematic. So, all right, I went ahead and did some eyebrow pencil. It's just this Koki one. It's not anything like special and it's kind of the wrong color, but whatever, we're using it. So I'm gonna do blush real quick and then we are gonna put on a little powder bronzer and I think we're done. I'm just gonna go into this Melt one. This is Pink Sand in their creamy formula. I just wanna put a little bit of this on the old cheekbones here. Just bring a little pink goodness through. You can already see like the pink in my skin naturally from rosacea. I love that we're like, cover the pink to add more pink. Yes, bitch, that's what we're doing. I really like this formula. I really like it. I think it's very, very pretty. Okay, let's powder bronze. So I'm using this Ofra Midi palette. I've been trying to hit pan on this bronzer shade before I break it. And this is their medium. All right, and you're like, Liz, are you double bronzing? Bitch, yes, I am. You know why? Oh, I'm gonna have to go get him. Hold on, I'm just trying to finish. Let me finish. I'll be right there, Bubba. He's in his crib, but he is mad. Okay, we bronze. Let's take a little bit of this one. I know, he's gonna melt on. Hold on, let me grab him. Well, we almost made it to the end with him sleeping. Almost. Okay, so we are bronze. I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlighter. I'm gonna go into the same thing. I'm just gonna go into this Midi palette and use Rodeo Drive. A little bit on the nose. I'm just using my finger. So I don't like using cinematic mode for this because it has a tendency to blur out, like become unfocused, you know? But it's doing okay. I think that looks very pretty. And darlings, this is the finished look. So I think that for what I wanted it to do, the eye palette performed okay. So I do have a little bit of creasing here, but that's okay. I kind of expect that, and it's right in like where my crease is the heaviest, if that makes sense, like where my crease is the deepest. So I do have that. I think overall the eye is pretty. And that mid-tone brown actually did a really good job. I think that's going to be something that I reach for during the holiday season when I do this kind of a look more. I don't know. I think it did okay. Do you need it? I don't think so. I personally probably didn't need it because I have a decent sized collection, but for the money, I think it's good. Do I think it's amazing? No. I think the shimmers are not as bold, but I'm spoiled. They're more traditional shimmers. I'm kind of spoiled by indie brand shimmers. I just think they're so vibrant and it's something that indie brands do really, really well. But I think this palette is nice. I think if you don't have any eyeshadow, if you don't, whatever, I think this is actually a good starter palette because it's very user-friendly. If you're not very good at makeup or you're uncomfortable doing colorful makeup, I think this is probably a nice little pop of color that you can use. I'm going to keep using it. I think the look I created is just a nice kind of traditional soft glam, you know, kind of look. And I think that's universally flattering. So yeah, that came out. The concealer that's new to me so far, this is really nice. This is the Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. And so far, I really like how my under eyes look. That's where I use concealer. I don't use it really anywhere else. So far, I'm looking pretty damn cute, but we will see how it wears. And I think the lip is okay. I don't think the lip is going to survive all day, but it's comfortable, so we'll see. Anyway, darlings, that's my getting ready with me today. I love your faces. Whatever you're doing, I hope you have a good day. Have the day you deserve, so don't be a fuckhead. And yeah, did you pick this up? Did you pick any of this up? I don't know. What's going on in your lives? We're pretty bored here right now. I'm in the process of decorating for Halloween, so that is in full swing. And happy fall to all of you. Okay, I love your faces. Bye.